Welcome back to the program. I am sitting down with Marty Raney, Alaska outdoorsman and Discovery Channel star, if we can call you that.
You can't.
Okay, thanks. We'll never do it again. First, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand you beat me by a couple of years, got up to Alaska in 1974. Could you just tell us a little bit about your life?
Well, I did arrive in Southeast Alaska in the early 70s and was a logger and tramped all over Southeast Alaska. Lived, my very first dwelling in Alaska was a floating logging camp out on Prince of Wales. And then the next place I lived was a homestead in Haines, Alaska. I think this is why Discovery kind of tuned in on me, was that I had this long history of living all over Alaska, a lot of it remote and unique. Not many people live in a floating logging camp,
Right.
Certainly not in this part of Alaska. And homesteading has, been gone for a long time. So I was actually on a homestead in Haines. So yeah, I think Discovery liked the fact that my family had an adventurous, ongoing Alaskan history happening.
Mm-hmm. You, along with your son and daughter, star in Homestead Rescue, which premiered on the Discovery Channel in mid-June. Can you give us a little bit about the premise of the show?
It's an interesting show in that, what is it? A couple million people a year go off grid, getting away for whatever reason from the city, leaving the concrete jungle behind them in the rearview mirror and striking off on a unpredictable future that is, hopefully going to make them happier. They're looking for a simpler life. And these off-gridders or these homesteaders modern day, it's pretty much, once you get to the wilderness, nothing's really changed from the original homesteaders from Jamestown Bay. You've just moved out into the wilderness, off the grid. You have no amenities, you have no power, you have no modern sewer, you have no, modern heat. So it's a drastic departure from normalcy to adventure.
Yeah. So, do you think it's a lack of knowledge, experience, or maybe there's more work involved than living off the grid?
There's more work. And obviously, no one, including myself, moves into the wilderness, builds a cabin, tries to, subsist in any place in America. Nobody does that without trial and error. Yeah. The challenges are immense, notwithstanding the weather. Here we have 7 months of winter. So you're going to move into an area of Alaska, 7 months of winter. That's actually life-threatening. Yeah. Your mistakes could be life-threatening. So, yeah, I don't think that anybody really appreciates the daunting task, the daunting challenge it is to totally move off grid and try to live self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. Nobody, and very few really do it perfectly.
Yeah. There's an episode filmed in and around Fairbanks. It's set to air this Friday night. Without giving too much away, can you give us a little insight on the episode?
This was a great episode because wherever I went across America, and I thought I knew a lot about Alaska, but I unhesitatingly tell you I don't. I learned due diligence and talked to a lot of people here, forest firefighters mainly, that the forest fire issue in Alaska, I've been here a long time, I get it. Big Lake Fire is down by the valley, I was there that day. And then recently the Sockeye Fire, I think, burnt 50 structures. They almost evacuated Wasilla in a panic. So yeah, I get it, but I didn't get it that once you come to interior Alaska, it's serious business. 5 million acres can burn in a year. I think 1 year, 7 million acres. At one point, 300 forest fires were happening at the same time in Alaska. A lot of it, this type of Alaska, interior, black spruce, hot, long summer days, lightning strikes, et cetera. So I really have a deep respect for people that live in these parts of Alaska like here. And we found out that in the Fairbanks episode, the people, in fact, had a forest fire issue where they built their house and how many trees were close proximity to the house. So yeah, forest fire is one of the main themes of the Fairbanks episode.
Definitely. Did you ever think while you were raising your children out in the middle of nowhere that you'd be involved with them in an off-the-grid television show?
Well, first of all, I never thought I'd have 4 kids. Forget TV. What? 4 kids? No, I never did. But I will say in retrospect that throughout the years, people had approached us about different things and ideas, and I never really took it serious. And now that everyone's grown and they can make their own decisions. Some have chose to be on this show. Some have chose not to. But Misty and my son Matt were available and decided to do it. And they brought their own skills and their own family dynamics to the show. And I think Discovery also liked that there was actually an Alaskan family that's not faking it. I mean, we subsist on, when it comes to hunting caribou, sheep, and moose every year. And we obviously make our pilgrimages to the Copper or the Kenai for our salmon or our halibut in Valdez or Homer. So these are annual things that have to happen every year. It's a part of an Alaskan's lifestyle. Yeah. You know, whether there's a camera there or not, we don't care. But I think I think that Discovery liked the fact that they found a semi-normal Alaskan family that they could trust to be real on camera and work well with other real homesteaders. They did an amazing job, Discovery did, finding real people. And that made the show, it made it easier for me because it was limited to no scripting. I never met the people until the day I drove into their driveway. It was amazing. Never met them, not a bunch of meetings with them in private and fooling the public. It was really great to just meet them organically for the first time as the camera rolled and let the chips fall where they will. Did they like me? Did we get along? Did we work together? I mean, it was different at every respective off-gridder location. It was pretty amazing show, very unique show in its realness.
Excellent. Well, I'm interested in checking it out, and that's Friday nights on Discovery Channel, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, Marty, for coming down and making time for us, and best of luck.
Thank the Fairbanks people in the area. There was a lot of behind-the-scenes support on that episode, and you guys know who you were. Thank you very much. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Fairbanks.
All right. Well said. Well, we are going to get out of here, but you need to stay tuned because Michael Ives is coming up next with sports after the break.